Hey guys, Deathslitter Magic here, and the question on everybody's mind lately has been, if you die in Canada, do you also die in real life? So I've taken the correct scientific steps and asked a bunch of people who claim to be Canadians in game lobbies in MechWarrior Online, on online forums, on Twitter, and in my own comment section. According to all of them, yes. It doesn't really matter though because I don't have a passport, but now that we've settled that, I have to get this off my chest. I freaking hate E3. I hate everything about it. I can't stand it. It's a bunch of poorly written, cringy, idiotic presentations that are poorly made by people who don't speak in front of crowds for a living for a damn good reason. It's like, oh hey, you're good at project management and running a company? Hey, get up on stage and have a microphone. Good luck. Plus, if you thought the Emmys and Grammys and Oscars were bad, where it's just a bunch of rich douchebags patting each other on the back for being famous and basically just handing out the award to whoever played the best, blind gay guy or whatever, you should see E3. Oh my god, we're the greatest. Oh, Microsoft, we have such a great history of pissing people off. Oh, we're EA and we're so legendary. Look how great we are. Ooh, we made another trailer. This is going to be the best. Everything we make is the best, the best, the best. I mean, never mind that EA made it to the top 4 of the most hated companies on planet Earth multiple times. They are usually blamed for single-handedly ruining video games, period. In fact, weren't they the company that initially invented the microtransaction? I think they were. It was either them or Ubisoft, and I still think it was EA. I'm pretty sure. I mean, if they're just gonna let the biggest scumbags in the gaming industry go up and talk on a mic for an hour, I've got an idea. Why don't you let, the douchebag mobile people up there? Companies like King, who made Candy Crush and tried to trademark the word candy, Machine Zone, who made the atrocity that is Game of War. They should be ashamed, not to mention, litigiously penalized for making that garbage. But it's really about on par with EA and Ubisoft lately, so why is anybody listening to them? Why don't they just get booed off the stage at their own presentation? I don't understand that. It's just a bunch of idiots pretending to be excited. In fact, since I think they changed this, but I don't think it took effect this year. I'm not sure. But it's not the general public and the actual customers at these shows to really drive home the whole pat each other on the back, we're all in the industry together, we're all so great thing. It's just a bunch of butt-kissing, reviewers and YouTubers and just, I wouldn't even say game industry people. It's like the game industry follower fanboys. I mean, do you think Game Ranks and the No are going to show up to E3 and boo Ubisoft off the stage? Honestly, maybe those two specifically, I could see them doing it, but probably not like Game Informer. Now, I could see the CEO of GameStop not only booing them off the stage, but actually mooning them. But seriously, not only have they all of the companies at E3 been caught just lying to customers, exaggerating, faking footage, just pre-rendering stuff and passing it off as rendered, just lying to their customers, just going up there and just spouting off nonsense. The makers of E3 might as well just go get Peter Molyneux, give him a microphone, and just tell him to talk for 12 hours. That's the level of honesty we get, and that guy makes up features in his head in the middle of an interview, in the middle of a sentence, says them, and then goes back to his company and says, make this, I just told them we would. Take a guess if the end product, the game, actually has that feature in it usually when it launches. Let's look at Fable 1, 2, and 3. No, they didn't. So we've got a hype train so unrealistic, I don't think anybody's on board it at this point. We've got lies upon lies upon lies, and then we've got companies going up there pretending they're not the worst thing to happen to gaming ever, and they're not completely evil. Why the hell do people get so damn excited about E3? I think I saw a live stream on YouTube of some presentation, 92,000 viewers. Now, even assuming that 50% of them were just hecklers and trolls there to ruin the stream for everybody, because that's what you do because it's E3, that's a damn lot of people fanboying over this crap. It's a glorified infomercial, for God's sake. Everybody gets all excited about a game, all excited. Ooh, let's get all excited. This is going to be the best game ever made. Oh my God, I can't wait. I'm going to pre-order it right now. I'm going to get the Masters Collection. I'm going to get the pass and, sell my car because you're already about 300 into it at that point. Oh, it's so great. Based on the people trying to sell it to me. I mean, since when do you take the people trying to sell you a product? Why do you take their opinion of their own product and their word for it instead of, actual reviewers and just wait and be like, oh, that looks interesting. I'm going to wait to see if it doesn't suck. No, they jump on the fanboy wagon and then it leads to disappointment station. And when it pulls into disappointment station, they whine and complain and request refunds and go over to change.org and make a petition. But maybe the petition title should be, I'm an idiot. I bought into their hype and marketing. It's all my fault. Someone needs to stop me. Please sign below. And you know what the number one thing I hate about E3 is? Oh boy, it's finally time to come out of this closet. I think you guys saw this coming though. The hints have been there, okay? I wouldn't say living a lie, but I haven't really brought it up on the channel before. Screw consoles. Consoles are garbage. The PC Master Race, which I'm a dedicated member of, I even built my own PC. We dominate consoles on every turn. The Xbox Not Scorpio, because apparently just too many people were calling it that, and even they were sick of hearing it, so they changed the name. That's like the top of the line, just PC crushing, amazing supercomputer that could just beat any computer that was built 4 years ago. Overpriced garbage for morons who like a walled garden that can't do anything and like just an automatic link between games and their wallet. I would rather try to eat a pineapple with my hands handcuffed behind my back and my eyes closed than fire and aim a gun with a joystick. If you enjoy doing that and don't see anything wrong with it, I think you might have some sort of mental illness. You know what the proper tool is for firing a gun in a video game? It's called a mouse. Pseudo-absolute positioning is how you fire a gun in a video game. 100% relative positioning is how you don't fire a gun accurately in a video game. But Desolator, what about racing games? My Xbox 360 has a 32 level axis left, right, and then you can turn more accurately than if you're using a key on the keyboard. Yeah, well, for 1/10 the cost of your garbage console, I could just go get a USB steering wheel, and then I'm steering with a steering wheel. So to even give consoles the time of day and act like there's some sort of reasonable way to play video games at E3 is just sickeningly stupid. Games that are Xbox exclusives and PS4 exclusives, they really piss me off because that just means I can't play them. Now, they're probably garbage because that means that Sony or Microsoft got their hands on them and they screwed with them and it's going to be overpriced DLC, overhyped garbage, and just generic cookie cutter crap. If the game was actually good, they would put it on other platforms. Simple as that. I mean, look at Skyrim. By the way, archery in Skyrim with a joystick. I would rather drink the contents of my bottle of pepper spray. Oh, and I know I'm leaving out the Nintendo platforms. I don't know crap about the latest one, so we'll just say the Wii U. Ooh, you know what I love in video games is 500 millisecond control delays and a 90% accuracy rate in input. That's my favorite. That's how I like to play games. I actually regularly make a Jello mold around my hand and then plop that down on my mouse to simulate it because I can't go that fast. It's just, you got to slow it down. My 50 millisecond reaction time it's not fair to the bosses in the video games. You gotta slow down. You need the input lag. In fact, wireless controllers, why the hell not? Add more input lag. It seems like all the major consoles did that lately. So everything about E3 is garbage. I'm sick of hearing about it. It's all lies. I can't wait to hear all the follow-up from it and then all the complaining from it, which happens every year. It's an annual thing. In fact, 6 months from now, they should hold an E3 report card. Maybe call it X3, because it'll be the E3 that already happened, the one in the past. Look at how many lies there were, what games lived up to expectations, what games even came out on time. In fact, usually they're like, yeah, this will be released by Christmas. And then it's either released as glitchy garbage that's a glorified beta, and even that's generous, or it's pushed back like a year. And then it still comes out as glitchy garbage, so it's like, what were they even doing for a year? Now, nobody's ever going to come close to the 2 years added development time that Microsoft Vista had, and still came out as a pile of crap. SP1 was still crap, and SP2 was a barely usable piece of crap. I mean, that's like 5 years of extra development time to get a vaguely working product. Even game makers have some standards, and they're never going to sink that low, except for Duke Nukem 3D and those other 3 that took like 10 years. So I can't wait to see E3 parading around the internet non-stop, especially on YouTube for the next week. That's just going to be the best week ever. In fact, that's mostly the reason that I did not title this the E3 rant. Plus, that title, honestly, is pretty damn funny. But you know what's even worse? You know what's really going to kick off E3 week, which I think technically it already started, but we'll just pretend it starts on Monday like it should? Monday is allegedly the big announcement day for Magic the Gathering. I already know we're in for some absolute hell because of, like, not even leaks, but just statements that they made ahead of time. So, all things put together, all the evidence, they're bringing back core sets, and they're changing something about how sets are released and when. If they go back to 1, 2, 3, 1, they are idiots. That lost them money, everybody hated it, and they had damn good reasons for doing it. I liked core sets, I thought they were kind of cool, because there were some kind of cool cards in them, but there were some kind of cool cards in, like, Kaladesh. So, like, whatever, I don't care. The only problem they have right now are too many sets are legal, and I have a feeling they're going to do something about that. I would get behind that 100%, no matter what it is. Whatever they do to shorten the cycle, whatever they do to piss people off as well at the same time is probably worth it. So go ahead, rip that band-aid off, because we cannot be having the decks like we've been having for the last 3 releases. We just can't. I mean, every single release resulted in decks that were ban-worthy. They just only had the balls to pull the trigger on the first one. We already know that the Monday announcement is not going to be anything we've actually been waiting for, anything we actually want. Like, hey, we're firing half the R&D staff. We're firing the people responsible for this, and this specifically. No, that's never going to happen. Never. Hey, we're restructuring our company so that we actually communicate. Woo! No, right after hell freezes over. Wizards, we don't want core sets back, okay? They don't sell. They're a bad product. I mean, printing 2 Masters sets in 1 year was probably a better decision for like a pro-consumer, but also let's make some money at Wizards decision than bringing back core sets. I don't care about standard reprints. If you want to print Negate, just throw it in whatever the hell you want like you're doing right now. I really don't care what it does to draft. Counterspells are great equalizers. Who cares? You could literally have a counterspell that's colorless and costs 0 that counters any spell or any ability, and you're still trading 1 card for 1 card. Oh no, this set had to have Evolving Wilds in it. Draft is ruined. No, not really, because I don't like watching people get color screwed live on camera. That makes for a very one-sided, boring match. So if you need to print staples, print them in the real sets. Or just do what you're doing, which is just rename them and print them anyway under a different name with a slightly different mechanic. I think we all know they're not going to announce that they're going to be taking, card security and leaks seriously, because they are not. They are taking complaining about the leaks seriously, so don't get me wrong there, but they really aren't doing anything to prevent them except for a bunch of hot air and huffing and puffing around like a 2-year-old. So no matter what announcements are going to be made tomorrow, they've got all the hallmarks of just pissing people off. So I'm really looking forward to Monday. I'm in a good mood over it already. And the best thing is, I won't be able to cover whatever nonsense until every YouTuber on planet Earth who doesn't have a day job is going to make a video about it first. So that's awesome. That won't cost me any views. And it's going to be some butt-kissing, fluffy nonsense video where they don't say anything bad about Wizards, or they keep the negativity to a minimum because they still want to be friends with all the staff. Oh boy, let's be friendsies. I take their announcements and rip them apart at the molecular level and then reassemble them into exactly what you need to know, cut through all the BS and hype, and extrapolate to the actual consequences of their decisions right away, right off the bat. Best analysis you'll ever get. So watch for that, just not at 8 o'clock in the morning. In fact, I have an appointment at 9 o'clock in the morning, so I have to get up. Yay. Nothing like working an 11-hour day and then coming home and dealing with that crap and reading about it. Oh boy. And even worse, apparently if you die in Canada, you die in real life too. So it's just nothing but bad news lately. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video.